Good morning. So, why does that work? We talked about having incredible focus. When you know exactly what you want, when you have specificity, then things start to happen. And obviously, you need to have your why because that's going to produce the desire to go do stuff, the ability to go act. But why does that work when you know what you want? Well, it works because you kick into gear this section of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS. There's sections of our brain that just completely take care of us. They keep our heart beating. They respond to things in ways in order to protect us. And they also take us where we need to go. Now, we need to direct them because if we don't, we're dealing with a 2 million-year-old brain, and it'll direct us in ways to protect us. It'll protect us from things that we don't need to be protected from. So that's the part of the brain that's telling you, not to do things and to be cautious. That's the mind. That's what you got to be careful of. But what a mind directed then becomes unleashed. And what you're unleashing is this RAS. And, let me give you an example. Have you ever bought a car or bought a coat or bought a pair of shoes, and then all of a sudden you saw them everywhere? Everywhere you looked, you saw the car, you saw the coat, or you saw the shoes. Now, were those there before? Well, of course they were, but you didn't notice them. Once you bought one of them and you were focused on it, now your brain found it. One of the examples that I did in one of these videos is I had you close your eyes and look around the room for everything that is brown, but then open your eyes and look for everything that's red. With the reticular activating system, when you focused on brown, that's all you saw, and you didn't see anything else. So our mind has to delete a lot of things, and if we don't direct it, it's going to delete things in a way to protect us from a thing like a saber-toothed tiger, which we don't need protecting from anymore. But when we direct it for what we want, then it goes and finds that. So one of the other things that you'll hear people say when they finally make a decision, when they go, okay, I'm going to decide to do this. I'm going to decide to write a book. And then all of a sudden, everything that they need in order to accomplish that appears in front of them. They're like, it was like serendipity. All of a sudden, there it was. Well, the reality is it was there before, but once they started focusing on it, then they noticed it. And then they put the ball in action, rolling down the hill, and then things actually started to happen, and that's serendipity. That's also part of the you put it out there and then you get it back. That works, but you got to put it out there and then take action. The problem with the book The Secret is it says just sit on the couch and meditate and then all your dreams will come true. It doesn't work that way. You can't just sit on the couch. You have to know what you want and put it out there, and then you got to go work your butt off. One thing about people that accomplish significant stuff, all of them work very hard. The difference between them and a lot of others is they don't consider it work. It's their life's mission, it's their passion, it's what they love. And so it's easy for them to put in the hours and to put in the effort because they don't consider it hours and effort. So when you decide what you want, when you make a true decision, remember that comes from the Latin incision, it means to cut off all other options. That RAS, that reticular activating system, is going to kick into gear, and it's going to start seeing ways for you to figure that out and achieve those results. And belief keeps in your way. Mr. Dakin is watching right here. If you see the fish that this guy catches in Yellow Creek, if you'd have asked me, I'd have said, there's no way that you can catch fish like that in Yellow Creek. Well, that was my limiting belief. But he also set out to say, he loves to fish. I'm going to catch big fish, and I'm going to figure out how to do it. Well, guess what? He did. And he catches giant walleye in Yellow Creek. How the hell is that possible? Well, I don't know, but the guy goes and does it. That's what happens when you set something in motion. When you make a decision that you're going to do something, that RAS kicks in and it starts finding ways and finding opportunities. The more you act, the more you're going to get confidence, the more it's going to change your belief, the more you're going to have momentum, and the more you head in that direction. So that's why we need to be very specific about what we want and get our why. Because as we start taking that action, we're going to start getting results, and then that's going to create more action on our part. Does that make sense? Have a great day, everybody. Hi to everyone. You like the shirt? It's from my uncle. My Uncle Bill gave me these shirts. These things are awesome. He's got I'll hold it up next time, show you the picture that's on the back. Have a great day. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.